Hey everyone, it's Brent the Middle Man, your middle-aged, middle management, middle American in a midlife crisis, back today to help you get ready for The Boys Season 2. The Boys is a dark superhero show on Amazon Prime based on the comic book series of the same name. Season 1 was a hit with both critics and audiences, and Season 2 is getting ready to premiere on September 4th, 2020, with a bigger budget and even more asshole superheroes for Butcher and the boys to try to take down. Here is your customary spoiler alert for Season 1, and possibly some of Season 2. Now with that out of the way, let's get into everything you need to know to be ready for Season 2 of The Boys. In Season 1, we are introduced to a world that has superheroes who are owned and operated by a giant corporation called Vought. We are told Vought has over 200 powered people under contract, and they are sold to cities to help fight crime for the measly price of a few $100 million per year. The superheroes dominate popular culture. They are on billboards, bus wraps, in movies, on TV, and parents even put their young powered kids into power pageants. Having a powered baby is like winning the lottery. Well, we find out that maybe it isn't all luck. Vought created something called Compound V. Compound V was used to create the first superheroes, including Homelander. Homelander leads a group of the world's most popular and powerful superheroes called the Seven. The Seven are the Justice League and the Avengers if Superman and Captain America had mommy fetishes and Aquaman and Thor were sexual deviants. The Seven is made up of Translucent. Translucent can change his skin into a carbon metamaterial that is indestructible and can bend light, making him appear invisible. Even though he is bulletproof, he mainly uses his powers to spy on women in the bathroom. He is killed in Season 1 when the boys stick a bomb up his butt and set it off. Apparently his butthole was the only part of his body that wasn't impenetrable. Black Noir. The most mysterious member of the Seven, Black Noir is completely disguised in all black throughout the whole season, and he does not speak. He has super strength and crazy fighting abilities. If you don't want a spoiler from the comics, stop listening for the next 15 seconds. In the comics, Black Noir is the twin brother of Homelander, but I'm not sure if the show will go in that direction, as the actor playing Black Noir is, well, black, but that certainly doesn't mean he won't end up being related to someone. The Deep is the next member of the Seven, and he is basically Aquaman. He can talk to fish, breathe underwater with gills in his body, swims super fast, and he has super strength. He also has the ability to elope with a dolphin, although that ends badly, and sexually abuse the brand new team member Starlight. The Deep is kicked off the Seven when Starlight reports his sexual misconduct, and he is banished to a small fishing town, which is perfect for him since he is an asshole, and his powers are useless unless there is crime on the water. A-Train is the speedster of the team, and that's pretty much his only power, other than being an insecure dumbass who gets hooked on Compound V. We first meet him when he literally runs through Hughie's girlfriend Robin as they were standing on the street. Hughie is left holding only Robin's amputated hands as the rest of her disintegrated. When Hughie sees a video of A-Train laughing about swallowing her molar, that's when he decides to help the boys take down the supers. Starlight, as I mentioned before, is the brand new member of the Seven, replacing Lamplighter, who retired. She was chosen after a nationwide search, and her powers include super strength, the ability to shine so bright that she can blind people, and control electrical currents. While out of costume, she meets Hughie and they become friends. She will be helping the boys in Season 2 as their eyes on the inside of Vought and the Seven. Then there is Queen Maeve. She is the second strongest member of the Seven and can basically do everything Homelander can except for the heat vision and flying. Maeve and Homelander used to be a couple, and she is pretty traumatized by this. She is also shown to be bisexual as we see her ex-girlfriend in Season 1 too. The final member of the Seven is the leader, Homelander. He is the team's Superman. He can fly, he has heat vision, which we get to see in action as he lasers a bunch of bad guys in the jungle on a mission with the Marines. Yeah, it's awesome. He also has X-ray vision, super hearing, and he is basically indestructible. His only weakness seems to be his mommy issues, which Vought executive Madeline Stillwell uses to manipulate him, right up until he melts her brain for hiding the fact that he has a kid from him. Homelander appears to be a saint to the rest of the world, but Billy Butcher, leader of the boys, knows this isn't true. We see through flashbacks that baby Homelander liked to kill his nannies in the lab where he was raised, and we see him let a plane full of people crash without trying to save any of them. So yeah, not a good dude. Plus, Butcher thinks Homelander raped his wife, Becca, and this made her commit suicide. but we find out that she had actually gotten pregnant, and Vought hid her from Homelander and the world, so she could raise their super baby without Psycho Homelander in the way. At the end of season 1, Homelander tracks down his kid, and he shows Butcher that not only does he have a child, but that it is with Butcher's wife who he thought had died. So Butcher should be in an interesting state of mind at the start of season 2. Speaking of Butcher, who is not only possibly the biggest cuck of all time, but he is also the leader of the boys. Billy Butcher is an ex-FBI agent who assembled the boys with the intention of taking down super-powered people they call supes. I just explained Butcher's motivation, so let's take a look at the rest of the team. Hughie Campbell is recruited by Butcher after Butcher learns about what happened to Hughie's girlfriend. Butcher saw the video of A-Train laughing about the incident, and he saw that Hughie refused to take the $45,000 payout offered by Vought to keep quiet about it. Butcher pretends to be an FBI agent and gets Hughie to pretend to go take the offer so he could plant a bug in the 7 boardroom. Hughie eventually learns that Butcher lied about being FBI, but he continues to help the boys because he sees just how bad the supes are, and he kind of blew one of them up. Mother's Milk, who is the most normal member of the boys, he tried to stop superhero hunting to become a youth worker, but Butcher convinces him to come back because of the danger Compound V represents. Then there is Frenchie, who was brought into the boys for his skills as an engineer and as a chemist, and for his connections to the underworld. He is also the one who figured out how to kill Translucent with the butt bomb after watching a nature video about turtles. The final member of the boys is only known as the Female. She is a captive they find who has been forced to take Compound V, and now she is one of the strongest supes in the world. And luckily Frenchie was nice to her and got her to be on the side of the boys. She rarely speaks and seems to be indestructible. She even survives a fight with Black Noir, healing from multiple stab wounds. Season 1 is essentially about the boys tracking down the mystery of Compound V. Butcher discovers that Vought is making superheroes in a lab and hilariously uses a baby with heat vision to laser a bunch of Vought security guys who are after them. They also find out that Homelander was using A-Train to secretly smuggle Compound V so he could make superpowered terrorists overseas so that the military would be forced to use superheroes, which was Stillwell's dream for them. But in the process, Homelander discovers that he has a son out there that Vought and everyone kept from him. So he kills the scientist who raised him and made him, and he heat visions the brain of Madeline Stillwell, the only Vought executive who could control him, playing on his mommy issues. Butcher had planned to threaten Stillwell by putting explosives in her house in order to get Homelander to confess, but Homelander killed her first and flew off with Butcher before he blew the house up. The season ends with Butcher laying in the grass outside a house in the suburbs. As he comes to, he sees his wife with a blonde boy who looks to be about 12 or 13 years old, and Homelander standing there smiling. We realize that Butcher's wife gave birth to and was secretly raising Homelander's son, but now Homelander knows where they are. The final episode ends with Homelander and his son making glowing heat vision eyes at each other. From the trailer, it looks like we will see what has been happening between seasons, with Homelander trying to teach his son to fly by throwing him off the roof, and Butcher catching up with his team who still seem to be trying to hunt supes and are the most wanted men in the country, and they will have the help from Starlight on the inside. The big bad of season 2 will be Mr. Edgar, the head of Vought, only mentioned by name once or twice in season 1, and he will be looking to clean up the mess from season 1 and repair Vought's bottom line. He will be played by Giancarlo Esposito, Gus Fring from Breaking Bad, so the boys are in for a fight. It also appears that Vought has brought in a new superhero, Stormfront. Stormfront is as powerful as Homelander, and it looks like she wants to take over leadership of the Seven. Like Homelander, the public thinks she is amazing, with gifts from God, but behind the scenes, she has maybe even worse issues than the other supes. In one scene, she asks Homelander to heat vision her chest, which she seems to really like. I hope this helps get you caught up and ready for season 2 of The Boys, premiering on Amazon Prime on September 4th, 2020. Let me know in the comments what your favorite moment of season 1 was, and what you are looking forward to the most in season 2. Once again, I'm Brent the Middle Man. Thanks for watching.